Did we know that every product that we use every day contains palm oil? Palm oil industry is one of the largest industry in Malaysia. Palm oil plantation is introduced in the early 1960s in Malaysia. As we know that palm oil industry is vital for the economy of Malaysia. Malaysia is the second largest producer of palm oil after Indonesia. Malaysia supplies 29% of production of the palm oil globally and 37% is export globally. In Malaysia, palm oil is produced as much as 90 million tons of biomass including empty fruit bunches or palm trunk and oil palm fronds, as well as oil palm meal effluent. The agency that responsible to the palm oil industry in Malaysia is the Palm Oil Board where it is a government agency. The Palm Oil Board is responsible to manage the palm oil industry in Malaysia. As we can see that palm oil industry or sector in Malaysia is an important sector that contribute to the economic of Malaysia.
Moves by Norway, France and the EU to curb or eliminate the use of palm oil in biofuel is a big worry for Malaysia, where the crop sustains some 650,000 smallholders and earns the country billions of dollars a year.
There are a few challenges faced by Malaysia in order to promote the benefits of palm oil globally. The first challenge that had been faced by Malaysia is European Union had banned Malaysian palm oil. According to EU, the growth of palm oil in Malaysia had caused deforestation of rainforests. So the objective of banning Malaysia palm oil is to stop or limiting the deforestation of rainforests. According to EU, the deforestation caused by Malaysia can mitigating the climate change of the world. Before this, EU also imported palm oil from Malaysia, which is 1/3 of the palm oil had been used in this biodiesel production and the rest are for food and chemical productions. However, the banning palm oil from EU had caused drop price of palm oil. So the drop price of palm oil created more demand from the other countries which are outside of European Union.
How do we industrialize and create jobs for our people? A classic case of the denial of free trade is the ban on the import of palm oil proposed by the European countries. Unable to sustain the competitiveness of their own edible oils, a campaign is mounted to ban palm oil.
The next challenges is low labor productivity and mechanization. Compare with Malaysia, rapeseed producers and processor in United Kingdom is 20 times faster than Malaysia palm oil producers. Labor productivity and mechanization important for the palm oil sustainable to fulfill the demands from the other countries. However, it is quite challenging to increase the effectiveness and efficiency of labor in palm oil sector. This is because the oil palm plantation by their nature are unable to rely heavily on mechanization, which is they are relying primarily on a combination of high-skill and low-skill labor. In response to this pressure, they have come up with initiatives to boost up the productivity of the palm oil. The idea is using the robotic and mechanization of harvesting whereby using technology in producing palm oil. Indirectly, it helps the palm oil in Malaysia increase the high quality of their labor productivity. Malaysia aims to raise the contribution in palm oil to GNI from 63.4 billion in 2014 to 178 billion in 2020. The initiative to raise the contribution by implementing Entry Point Project (EPP). The objective of EPP is to ensure that Malaysia palm oil production remains competitive with other commodities in global market. High labor productivity is very important and necessary in ensuring the economic growth through palm oil production.
The third challenge is functional barriers to the use of palm oil. The goal were the properties of palm oil, in theory, be improved in at least two ways. The first one is through conventional breeding. This means that they breed another palm plant that is more equivalent and more cheaper and have more attract with the production of the fruit. And the second one by adapting fractionation and distillation technologies to derive oil with a lower saturated fat content. This is because other oilseeds have succeeded in introducing way or new varieties that meet specific functional and technical needs. Among those with the greatest success have been meat and high oleic sunflower, high oleic or low oleic canola, rapeseed and low linolenic soybean. These three types of oil have grown through in the market of oil.
A small trade war could explode between two Asian nations as India, which has the second largest population in the world with more than 1.3 billion people, has begun to unofficially boycott Malaysia, a country with just
Recently,
32.6 million inhabitants.
The import of the palm oil from Malaysia after the previous Malaysia Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad criticized on the new amendment of India's citizenship law and the Kashmir issues. India is the biggest palm oil customer for Malaysia. According to the Malaysia Palm Oil Board, the data showed that India was the biggest buyer of palm oil in 2019 with 4.4 million of tons. For 2018, the data showed the GDP from the palm oil was estimated to be approximately Rm 38 billion, which estimated 38% for the agriculture sector and 2.8 to the total of Malaysia's GDP. The trade war between India government and Malaysia is the response from the India government. The Prime Minister of India has said that the critique from Tun Dr. Mahathir was considered as the interference to their internal affairs. The new citizenship of India was critiqued by Malaysia Prime Minister as it's considered as the discriminatory to Muslims. The new amendment of the citizenship law is said as discriminatory to Muslims as the law make it easier for citizens from the neighboring countries to obtain India's citizenship except for Muslim. Even though the Indian government has not made any official statements linking to the restriction, but the India Trade Ministry told during the China dialogue that the restriction will continue unless Malaysia stops commenting on India's internal affairs. Even before the restriction, India government informally asked the edible and traders not to buy Malaysian palm oil in October last year, indirectly give more benefit to Indonesia as it will remains the main palm oil exporter to India.
For the conclusion, Malaysia has to face several challenges in promoting the benefits of palm oil in the global market. The challenge is international ban towards Malaysian palm oil product from the UE and India. Besides, the low labor productivity and mechanization is also one of the challenges, and also the barriers in using the palm oil. Through the government initiative and policy, Malaysia has to ensure palm oil product will always get the demand from the inside and outside the country. Malaysia, as the second largest country that produce and export palm oil, must and will always find a way to promote the benefits of palm oil to the world. That's all from me. Thank you.